Best Irish music on irishradio.org with Jerry Byrne.
I'm Jerry Byrne. It's Irish Radio. Now, since the lockdown, I've been speaking to many of the great, the good and the talented in Irish music. I've got one of the youngest now, a young lass from County Clare. She's recorded and released a couple of songs and has had a great reaction. And I'm delighted to say hello to Aoife Leonard. Aoife, how are you doing?
Hello, Jerry. How are you doing? And thank you so much for having me on and having the chat with me.
It's a real pleasure, a real pleasure. Tell me, you're only 17 at the moment. You're still at school and all that, but you've got a great passion and a great love for the Irish country music.
Yes, definitely. So I am only 17 and I'm still going to school. I'm doing my final year at school. I'm not in school at this current moment just because of the COVID, so I decided to take a little break, but I'm still doing it online. And yes, I absolutely love the country music, and my aim, please God, hopefully when things get better, is to go on the social dancing scene. It's just a scene that I have loved, and I met up with Michael and Philomena O'Brien, who are on the social dancing scene, and Michael recorded my first single. So I have been up and down the country with them for the last 3 years, doing the social dancing scene with them, just giving them a hand and singing a couple of songs. And I really got a great interest in it, and I really enjoyed it and loved meeting all the people. And yeah, so that's something now that I really want to do and just go down that road.
Excellent stuff.
Definitely.
Well done on that. And it's great to to have met up with Michael and Philomena, because the both of them are long-standing pros at this stage in the music. It's great to you must have learned an awful lot from being on the road with them.
Yes, definitely. I have. I've learned loads and funny moments and different things, and yes, I have learned a lot, and they have advised me and guided me through it all, and told me the ups and told me the downs, but I just think it was just such a positive experience, and just meeting all the people was lovely. And sure, how I got to know Michael, first of all, was my mum and him worked in a psychiatric hospital here in Ennis, and that's how I got to know them first. And that was it. And then he just recorded my first single, and then I just went on one trip with them, playing someplace, and then I stayed with them for the past 3 years, up and down the country with them. So I really enjoyed it, and I learned a lot. Yeah, definitely.
That's excellent, as it is. It's great, where you're able to, to start out and to be with people of that calibre and people who have had, so much success in the past.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Michael and Philomena have been on the road now, I think, 23 years. So anyway, 20 or something like that anyway, and They just loved every minute of it. But of course, Michael and Philomena, before they got married, they had their own separate bands, and then they joined as one. And so and then it was just so they've been just doing that now for the past couple of years, and they've been doing the cruises and all of that. So it's great, yeah. Indeed
so. Yeah, well, indeed, yes, as you say, Michael and Philomena go back even much longer than that with their, in the music game. They've been performing for many years. Who are the other influences on you? What other artists are you a fan of?
So I love my favorite. I love the old American country music. And, my biggest influences would especially be Tammy Wynette, Loretta Lynn, George Jones, and obviously the likes of the old Irish country music, Shea Hutchison, all of them. I loved all of them, old singers and old country singers, and the old songs, the real old country songs, which I have a great love for that.
Right.
And Tammy Wynette, I suppose, would be my biggest influence. I really liked her a lot, yeah.
Yes, very, very talented, very, very talented artist, Tammy Wynette, definitely. And
yes, sure.
huge amount of. I can see the sort of the vein of the music that you're talking about. Interesting, you should mention Shay Hutchinson from.
Yeah, sure. Well, yes, I like him, and I love as I said, the old country music. You know, all them old songs, singers. Can't think of them now off the top of my head. And Philomena Begley, Big Tom, Margot. You know, Big Tom especially had a great beat. Everything was wonderful, just lovely sound and great singer. And I just take an interest in all of that. You know.
Right. That's excellent.
Yeah, definitely.
Because Big Tom was really was an incredible whirlwind of success for just so many years.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, his Big Tom's career, like from in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, right through until very shortly before he passed away. I mean, the man was right on top of his game all the time.
Oh yes, oh absolutely, and sure he was God, really, you know, on everyone's eyes in the country scene, you know. But of course he was. I mean, he was just absolutely fantastic, and they just had a great sound, like, you know, fantastic sound. John Beatty on the keyboard and everything else. It was just lovely.
Indeed it was, definitely, absolutely fantastic stuff. You must have, to have been travelling around with Michael and Philomena for 3 years. You must have been in a lot of different places.
Yes, I have. Sure, they play in loads of different places: Cork, Wexford, Limerick, anywhere in Ireland, you know. And I've been to lots of different venues, and it was a great experience. Like, and I have travelled to Lanzarote with them. Philomena used to sing in Lanzarote in a lovely Irish pub out there, and so I went out with her and Michael and her sister, and I sang a couple of songs out there as well. So yes, they have been very good to me and brought me all over to show me everything, and I suppose they can see the interest that I have in it, and they just wanted to really show me what it's all about. Yeah.
That is excellent, and lovely to be able to go out to Lanzarote, you know, and also to be able to perform out there.
Yes, definitely, yeah. So I just sang a couple of songs out there, and one of the workers working there, you know, took a video and put it up on Facebook. And sure, Facebook is another great thing for everybody. You know, it's you get your name out there and whatever, and you connect with so many people on it as well. And now, especially with this lockdown, over here in Ireland, a lot of the artists now are on doing live videos, and it's great. You know, you can see everything and comment and just support everyone and share their videos, you know, so it is lovely, like, too.
Yes, that's excellent. That's absolutely excellent. And, I think one of the things which, I know it was huge before this, but I think one of the massive things that it's meant for, since COVID hit and the lockdown and all the rest of it is the number of, where streaming has come into its own, with the number of people who can link up on a stream.
Yeah, that's right, too. I have seen, I think a video on... I've seen videos on, the Spotlight TV and all of that, Facebook. A lot of the artists joined up together, and had different, they all came together on one screen, you know.
Yes.
Just playing their instruments and singing together and doing harmonies and all of that, and that was really lovely to see, you know. That was something special, like, yeah, sure.
Indeed. It's quite amazing, actually, to think that, some of those songs, some of those artists, Nathan Carter and Daniel O'Donnell, who, Michael English also did another one with many artists featured on it. It's incredible to think that so many of those artists were actually able to just stream down their lyrics literally from their own living rooms.
I know, absolutely, sure, and yeah, you can do, technology now is so advanced, up to date, you can do anything on it, and everyone now is just filming from at home, from their kitchens, whether it be their living room or whatever. And sure, it doesn't matter where you be. You're just connecting, and everyone can see it and comment, and you can see everyone's reactions to it. So I think it's something really nice. Yeah.
Indeed it is. It is great to, I think it's great to, to link up people, in a time where you can't meet up with people in safety. It's fantastic to be able to link up in that way.
Of course, yeah, definitely. It's of course very safe, yeah, sure. You can video chat or do whatever, but yeah, I mean, you feel like you're watching these things. You still feel, well, you're still part of this scene, and you're still included, and you're just waiting to go back out there again. I suppose, please God, whenever we can. But no matter how much you do online too, it'll never ever be the same as going out, meeting everyone, and being on the stage, and listening to the big sound.
Yes.
It's still not going to be the same, but it's still a really nice way to connect with everyone, sure, in a safe way, yeah.
Indeed, in the times that we've got in it. Well, needless to say, you've been busy. You haven't been bored since the start of lockdown, because you've got loads of studying and all that to do.
Sure, yeah. Well, especially now with my last year in school, I have a good bit of study to do anyway, and try to get through that. But sure, I'm really focusing on my music too, and getting programs ready and this and that ready, I suppose, whenever things get back up again, but sure, who knows. And yeah, I am just practicing the keyboard now as well. I took up the keyboard about 2 years ago, and I've really enjoyed that. And yeah, so I'm just practicing the keyboard now at home, and well, so that's all I'm doing. And hopefully my plan is, maybe just when things get back up, maybe I don't know how long, but just to go out on my own with the keyboard, and as I said, just do that social dancing scene. Yeah, definitely.
That's excellent. Well done on it. Aoife, listen, it's been lovely to catch up with you. Lovely to speak to you. Good luck with the Leaving Cert in next year, and also listen. Good luck with all that you're doing with the music.
Thank you so much, Derry, and I really appreciate you having me on. Thank you so much. That's great.